so now I just want to go over the autopsy report a little bit. First, I want to ask you, how did your autopsy proceed? Where did you start?
So I started with being notified of the death, and then I reviewed the investigative material that the medical legal death investigator performed or produced, and then I had requested what I needed done for the case. So it will start with me getting x-rays, and then the autopsy technician would be weighing the decedent. They would be taking measurements, and then they would undress them after taking pictures and documenting what they found on the body. And then after pictures were taken of the overall body and certain findings of the body, then more specific photos are taken of the injuries that were found on the body. And then I would start my external examination with everything, all the findings, and then measurements of all the injuries that were on the body. And after that, I performed the autopsy with the assistance of the autopsy technician, where they eviscerate the body, and I would note what was injured and what was found in each body cavity, and also going to the head.
So during the course of the autopsy, you said pictures were taken?
Yes.
Did you take pictures?
Yes.
Okay. I'm actually going to hand these to you one by one. Can you tell me what you see in that picture?
So this is the right side of the head and neck, showing a large wound on the right jaw.
Okay. You can place that one down.
So because these have been previously marked, I need to know which one you're sending.
Your Honor, this is actually going to be exhibit number 16 that was previously marked. And now as to the exhibit number 17 that has been previously marked, Dr. Scantlebury, can you tell us what you see in that picture?
Yes. This is the back side of the body, mostly highlighting the right back with several wounds, and some wounds are noted on the left side of the back as well. And you can see the wound on the right jaw.
You can place that one down as well. As to exhibit number 18, could you tell me what you see in that picture?
So this is the front side of the body, highlighting the left side, and it shows some gunshot wounds here.
Okay. You can place that one down. And as to exhibit number 19, what do you see in that picture?
So this shows the right wrist and hand, and a little bit of the forearm, and it shows some gunshot wounds. This one mostly highlights a wound at the right wrist.
Okay. And this is exhibit number 20. Could you tell us what you see in that picture?
So this is a wound of the left forearm right here, and it shows a gunshot wound of the left forearm.
Okay. And exhibit number 21. What is shown in that picture?
This is an overall picture of some of the clothing that was removed from Mr. Thornton.
Okay, you can place that one down. And exhibit number 22, is this also some of the clothing?
Yes. This is a shirt. It has some markers that indicate where some defects in the clothing were found.
Is that the front or the back of the shirt?
I'm not certain, but it looks like the back.
Okay. And you can place that one down as well. And exhibit number 23, what do you see in that picture?
So this is the front of a shirt, and it also has some markers indicating where some hole defects were found.
Okay. You can place that one down. And exhibit 24.
This is an undershirt with markers showing where defects were found.
Okay. You can place that down. And exhibit 25.
This is overall of some property that was found on Mr. Thornton. It has money, some jewelry, some cards, and a condom.
Okay. Place that one down. And exhibit 26. What is shown in that one?
This is an overall view of bullet fragments from the right jaw that were recovered.
Okay, you can place that one down. Your Honor, we are asking that those photos that have been previously marked be entered into evidence.
Will mark exhibits, will enter into the evidence exhibits 16 through 26 that have been previously marked and identified by this witness into evidence. Have you not done it already? Okay.
If I could have those pictures back. Your Honor, may I have permission to publish to the jury?
You did.
Thank you.
Judge, may we be briefly approached?
You may.
Dr. Singletary, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay. If you could just project your voice loud, and if you can't hear me, let me know.
Ms. Williams, I'm going to ask you to do the same, please.
Absolutely, Judge. Okay. Dr. Scanberry, I believe this photo might be a little bit blurry, but could you tell the jury what is actually shown in this photo?
Okay, so this is showing his, do you have a pointer by any chance?
You want to. Yes. Just press and hold that first button at the top.
Thank you. All right, so to orient everyone, okay, so this is the top of his head, this will be his torso here, this is the right side of the body, his ear, and this large defect here is a gunshot wound of the right jaw. And this is, well, you can't really see it that well, but this is the placard with the scale and case number indicating which case it belongs to.
So for this wound, did the bullet or bullets hit anything as it passed through the body?
It did.
Okay, what exactly did it hit?
It struck the skeletal muscle and caused a lot of fractures to the mandible, the lower jaw, and it caused fracturing around the gums where the teeth are located in the lower jaw.
In your medical opinion, would this wound be catastrophic or fatal?
Potentially.
Okay, move on to the next one. And just for the record, Your Honor, I am going in order of the exhibits.
Thank you.
This is exhibit number 17. Dr. Scanberry, can you tell us what we're looking at right here?
We're looking at the back of the body. The head is here. The head is here, and his feet would be down here. This is his right arm. This is his left arm, and you can see this area here, there, and you're not so great. Some over here and another there. Those are gunshot entrance wounds.
Entrance wounds.
Yes.
So for the torso or this area, how many entrance wounds did you calculate?
For the torso, 8.
Okay. Were there any exit wounds?
Yes.
Okay. How many exit wounds were there?
4.
Was that near the back of the torso or the front of the torso?
Front of the torso.
Okay. And did any of these bullets hit any vital organs as they passed through the body?
They did.
And what did it hit?
It hit the right lung, liver, the thoracic aorta, which is a major blood vessel that supplies blood to the whole body, small intestine, several ribs, and some vertebrae.
And could those wounds be potentially fatal in this instance?
Yes.
And if I could ask about the trajectory of the bullets as it passed through the torso, what directions were they coming from?
So for these wounds of the torso, they had a very mixed pattern, but most of them, the general track is forward,
Okay. So it came through
the back to the front. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next one. This is Exhibit 18. Could you tell us what we're looking at?
This is the front of the body, mostly the left. This is his left arm here, his head is here, and his lower body would be here. And it can show a gunshot wound here and here.
And are those exit wounds or entry wounds?
Exit wounds.
Okay. And how many did you say again that you calculated?
4.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next one. This is Exhibit 19. Dr. Stanberry, can you tell us what we are looking at right here?
This is the right side of the body, mostly highlighting the right upper extremity. This is the forearm here, the wrist, and the hand. And it highlights a large wound, gunshot wound of the right wrist.
Okay. Next one. This is Exhibit number 20. Does this also show upper extremities?
Yes.
Okay. So how many wounds are in this exact picture?
1.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next exhibit, which is Exhibit 21. Now, are these the victim's clothing?
They are.
Okay. So, exactly what did he come to? What was he wearing when he came to you?
These clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have two shirts, pair of jeans, boxers, shoes, and socks.
Correct.
Okay. Was there any property found within his clothing?
They were.
Okay. And this is exhibit number 22. And Dr. Stanberry, if you could just give me some clarification here. Are these white squares showing where there are holes in the clothing?
Correct.
Okay. Are there arrows on those white squares?
They are.
Okay. All right. And about how many holes in the clothing did you calculate?
I did not cut those.
Okay. Thank you. And the next picture is exhibit number 23. Now, it looks like the same photo, but is this the front or the back of the shirt?
This is the front of the shirt.
Okay. And do those white squares also indicate holes in the clothing?
Correct.
Okay. In exhibit 24, looks like this is an undershirt. And the same thing as the last shirt. Do those white squares indicate holes within that garment?
Correct.
Okay. And the next exhibit, number 25, could you tell us what we're looking at right here?
So we're looking at the overall view of property that was found on or in pockets of the clothing for Mr. Thornton.
Okay. Were there any weapons found within his clothing?
I don't recall.
Okay.
What was that response?
I don't recall.
And on to the final exhibit, number 26. What are we looking at, Dr. Stanberry?
This is the brown area is an envelope that we use to package any ballistics that we recover from the body. And these are multiple bullet fragments that were recovered from the right jaw.
Okay. Regarding the bullet fragments that were recovered from the right jaw, would it be within your job duties to conduct tests on those fragments?
No, it would not.
Okay. And do you happen to know whether or not the murder weapons were recovered in this case at all?
Not at the time I did the case, no.
Okay. So if the murder weapons were recovered, would it be within your job duties to conduct tests on them?
It would not be.
Okay. couple more questions. So, Dr. Stanberry, what is a toxicology test?
At the time of autopsy, we take certain fluids, usually blood, sometimes liver, and certain fluids also from the eye, and we submit it to a toxicology lab, and they run a particular test that I order, and based on the drugs that they look for in that particular test, it would test it against the blood, and whatever detected would be read as a positive finding.
Okay. And is a toxicology test a standard part of an autopsy?
Most cases, yes.
Okay. And did you conduct a toxicology test for this victim?
I did.
And what were the results of that test?
It was the active ingredient of marijuana was detected.
Okay. So as to the total entry wounds to this victim, how many were there?
20.
20. Okay. How about the exit wounds?
4.
Okay. And do you, in your medical opinion, were these gunshot wounds enough to cause death?
They were.
Okay. And within a reasonable degree of medical certainty, did you render an opinion as to the cause of this victim's death?
I did.
And what was the cause of that?
Gunshot wounds of the head, torso, and neck.
Okay. And did you render an opinion as to the manner of death?
I did.
And what was your opinion?
Homicide.
This is Memphis, Tennessee. This neighborhood is close to the airport. It's called Orange Mound. It is a historic neighborhood in Memphis. One of the first predominantly black neighborhoods that had so much history, so much art and culture, and of such significance that it used to be compared to Harlem in New York City. There was a time when it was particularly vibrant at a theater, arts. It's an important neighborhood in Memphis. It is less than 15 minutes from this building. Like I said, it's by the airport. In the 80s and 90s, it became riddled with crime, with drugs, with poverty, with gangs. It is trying hard nowadays to make a resurgence, to go back to what it was. There are families that have lived there for decades, generations. There are businesses and other things that have been there for decades. What we're looking at here is one of those Memphis businesses, a family business. This is the storefront of Makita's Cookies. This is the front of the store. This is its parking lot in front of it. Makita's Cookies. They sell butter cookies, basically. Some have icing on them. This is simple butter cookie. People say they're real good. In Memphis, they say they're fire. So we got a cookie store that sells fire butter cookies in the middle of the day at 12:21 in the afternoon.
Mr. Hagerman, you're standing in front of him.
Thank you, Judge. You can stop it here first. All right. So in 2021, people thought that was like a Lamborghini or something because they hadn't seen the new Corvettes yet, really. They weren't around. That is, in fact, one of those new Corvettes. It has a special wrap on it, is what they call that. It's not something you can buy, from the dealership. You have to get that done yourself. Well, here that's a special wrap that the Memphis rapper artist, Young Dolph, had on several of his vehicles. a couple times in this video we'll just have to wait, but it's a matter of seconds, and it's the last seconds of his life, so we can wait for him. He'll stop there first. All right. This taller man here in the yellow shirt, blue jeans, white shoes. His name is Adolph Thornton Jr. You've heard me read it a couple times now. He grew up in Memphis. The neighborhood he grew up in was Castalia, not terribly far from this, also a neighborhood in South Memphis. You'll see a member of his family testify this week, and she'll tell you a little bit about his background and his family. I'll tell you a little bit about him right now, though. He is an ambitious young man who is a rapper, Memphis rapper, who rapped about the things that he saw growing up and that he sees in his neighborhood in Memphis. Some of that is drugs, some of that is violence, some of that is crime, some of that is gangs. Whether or not we agree or disagree as to whether or not that subject matter, are things we should be listening to or not, I can assure you it's real. You rapped about stuff that is real. You rapped about stuff that was real. And one of the things that meant everything to him in terms of what is real is he wanted to make it for himself. He wanted to make it for himself. He wasn't interested. He wasn't interested in joining others. He wasn't interested in being promoted by other people. He was all about making it himself. He felt like when he grew up, he called it his come up. That's what he called it, his come up. That it was rough and hard, but it was important that he got through it himself, and he wanted to make it for himself. And he made it for himself as a rapper, as an artist. Young Dolph became famous, shortened to Dolph. Very famous. Wanted to make it by himself. Wanted to be self-made, but it wasn't just about him. Because he also wanted a record label. He wanted to promote other artists. He wanted to make them famous. And so he started not just his own rap career, but a record label that's called Paper Route Empire. Paper Route. Like a young man or woman would have to make money on the side throwing papers. But also a play on the word paper. Because in Memphis, slang for money is paper. It's sometimes abbreviated PRE, Paper Route Empire. And that is Dolph and the rappers that he promoted. Trying to make it on your own is obviously hard. In this game, trying to make it on your own can create enemies. PRE, Paper Route Empire, his label, is not the only label in Memphis. He's not the only famous rapper was. Another label, CMG, Cocaine Music Group. And they became an enemy. They wanted Dolph under their label, but he turned down millions. I want to do it myself. The second time, they wanted Dolph under their label, but he turned down many millions. I want to do it myself. And in this game, whether it's smart or not, there are things called, just in Memphis, we call them diss tracks, D-I-S-S. A rap where I may insult, level whatever sort of insults and everything else I want to in the song itself. And Dolph had plenty of those. And he had plenty of those directed at this other label, the Cocaine Music Group, at their artist, and at their number 2 person. His name is Big Joke, the number 2 person of Cocaine Music Group. Through the years, and I'm talking years before what we're going to watch, having nothing to do with Mr. Johnson on trial, there were highly publicized incidents of violence directed by CMG against Dolph. He even wrote songs about it. Bulletproof. 100 rounds. And he also spewed out the disses and the insults. Stop it there. This man here got out of the car with Dolph. That's his brother. His name's Marcus Thornton. His brother, his friend. This thing that we're about to watch has had a terrible impact on Marcus. Not just his brother and his friend, but he also works security for Dolph. In fact, as Marcus walks in this cookie store, he has a gun on his person. And he has another gun in the car. Dolph was well aware of the threats and the violence from CMG that were constantly hanging over him and his people. We'll wait 30 seconds. Stop it there. That car that just drove up came from this side of the parking lot. He had actually been following Dolph on the street. When Dolph turned in, it went up to this light where it got stopped for a few seconds and then came around. It's a white Mercedes. There's other pictures where you'll be able to see it more clearly. But it's a white Mercedes with back end damage back here on the back passenger side of the car. It's a stolen car. It's a stolen car that our defendant here, Justin Johnson, traded for one car for another at a gas station about 10 hours before this murder happened. This man got out of the passenger side of the white Mercedes. Door's still open. We saw him run to the parking lot. He's here with a large semi-automatic weapon. He's in a hoodie. He's got sweatpants, and he's got white shoes. We'll see a second man come out of the car too. Those two men that we're going to see come out of the car, they're going to gun Dolph down. He's inside the business. He has walked over to sort of where the bathrooms are in the business. He's as close as I am to y'all. There's the window, and he's getting shot through the window. Both of these men will shoot. This one in particular, that looks like he's never shot this type of gun before. It's because he probably hadn't. The second man out of the car who's driving is our defendant, Justin Johnson. Neither one of these men are professional hitmen. If it looks like they don't take tactical shooting stances, it's because they don't. Let's watch Mr. Johnson get out of the car. You can stop it here. This is Dolph here. Remember, he was wearing the yellow. This is Marcus. Remember, I told you he had a gun. He tries to return fire as these two men quickly shoot Dolph. Dolph's body's riddled with bullets. He shot all in the back, in the face, in the neck, in his arms. The first man out was Cornelius Smith, and he has that semi-automatic weapon shooting wildly into Dolph. The second man out was Justin Johnson, who has a handgun who's firing at Dolph as he lays on the ground. Marcus Thornton starts firing back once he hears the shots. Now we see him emerge from the building. Can't tell in the video, but Marcus actually hits Cornelius in the shoulder, shooting back. I want to spend some time with two things. This Mercedes, these two people, Justin and Cornelius.
Yeah, he pulled in the cookie store.
What'd y'all do?
We made the block. We came with the bad boy. I jumped out. We started shooting.
All right, well, let's back up here, though. We saw him pull off of Airways to here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Y'all, can you see my little pointer?
Yeah.
Y'all would be traveling this direction on Airways. Is that right? Then did y'all do a crazy U-turn or anything, or what'd y'all do?
Nah. We came with the back street.
Following the clicker, is this what y'all did?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to the light, made the loop around.
Did you see him get out of his car like this?
Nah, I ain't seen him get out the car.
Okay. that y'all?
Yeah, that's us right there.
Stop it here.
It's me.
Can you stop it? All right. We're gonna back up. I wanted to, back up a little bit. All right. First guy out of the car, who's that?
It's me.
That's you? Which one of the guns do you have?
I got the little Draco style gun.
Okay, that's that semi-automatic weapon, is that right?
Yeah.
You ever shot that thing before?
Nah, I ain't never shot one of them.
Okay. You can proceed, Artist. That's your Gap hoodie, is that right?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. Who are you shooting at?
Young Dolph.
All right, now back it up again, Miss Iris, if you would. Back it up for Justin getting out of the car. All right, who's the second person here that got out of the driver's side?
It's just
He's got the smaller handgun, is that right?
yeah, bad baseball hat, bad pro baseball hat.
You're firing this crazy thing. What you see? What are you feeling?
I wouldn't feel nothing at the time, but I ain't gonna even let it. I wouldn't feel nothing at the time. I was just, trying to get some money.
Trying to get some money? Bet you probably would have wasted on oxycodone and ecstasy.
Trying to do something.
You shot that gun a bunch?
Right in and there?
Right then and there.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I shot out. Can't tell you.
Aiming for Dolph.
I ain't
Was he able to say anything to y'all, or was he able to run or get away at all?
I shot through the glass, so I wasn't close up on him. I was shooting through the glass.
Okay.
I saw him standing by the window. I just got out and started shooting.
All right. Okay, proceed till Justin shoots. There with the handgun. Who's that?
It's just,
All right. You proceed. All right, you can stop right here. It's Dolph's brother, Marcus. Did you know that he shot back at y'all?
I ain't noticed until we pulled out. And there was a bullet hole in my side window. And I told Jason, I'm like, man, I'm hit. He was like, I'm hit too. So I see I'm hit right here on my leg. And I see a bullet hole in my sweater. I said, damn, I'm hit. So we driving out, he was saying he was hit. I'm talking to him, making sure we on Rick, making sure he's straight. I'm like, you alright? He's like, yeah, I'm straight. But the bullet head went in my arm. It was a bullet in my back.
I'm going to back up. You and Justin here are running to the white Mercedes, is that right?
Right.
You get in what side of the car?
I get on the passenger side.
And Justin gets back in the driver's side?
Yeah, he get back on the driver's side.
Y'all get in the car. You can watch the rest of the video here. Did y'all see Marcus getting a second gun from his car?
Nah,
Alright.
but when we pulled out and I knew it was shots fired, I was finna shoot back, but there were too many cars coming and I ain't just want to hit no anybody, so I ain't shoot back.
Because Marcus was shooting at y'all as y'all were leaving from down here, is that right?
Yeah,
And you would be in the car at this point,
yeah, we was in the car.
looking backwards.
Yeah, I was looking back, but we had, like, how we were driving, like, how he was driving, he was all the way on the other side, but, so I ain't want to just shoot back and hit nobody.
So all the shots that you fired were the ones we saw right here with Dolph, is that right?
Yeah,
And Justin too?
yeah.
All right, so y'all didn't shoot back at Marcus as y'all were
Nah, we
driving.
shoot back at him.
You say you got shot in the shoulder,
Yeah, I got hit in my shoulder, in my upper arm,
in the upper arm, shoulder area of
on my leg.
your right and your leg, and you realized you had been shot once you got in the car.
Yeah, once I got in the car.
Could you still have a scar from when you got shot in the arm? Is that right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Eric, I have him step down and display this to the jury real quick. Come on, Mr. Smith. Turn sideways here. Just walk down this way, backwards, foot wheels. Thank you, Mr. Smith. All right. You and Justin jump back in the car. You've been hit in the shoulder
On my leg.
and in the leg. Justin may or may not have been hit, but said
Yeah,
something.
got scraped on your back.
Scraped in the back. All right, what now?
We went back on Bradley Street.
Did y'all go to Bradley Street slow or fast?
Nah, we going back fast.
Okay, fast.
We going back fast. We going trying to get caught. So
Okay.
he gave me the keys to the expedition. So
He
he
gave you
called
the-
the beans.
Who gave you the keys to the
Justin
expedition?
gave me the keys to the expedition.
Okay.
So I moved the truck out the way, and he pulled the beans in the yard.
So the expedition, was it parked in the driveway of Bradley?
Yeah, we parked in the driveway.
And he gives you the keys to the expedition?
Yeah,
You get inside to move it?
yeah.
And then where does he put the Mercedes?
He put it like right there, where the expedition in the front yard.
Okay. So the front driveway area
Yeah,
of Bradley, is that right?
right.
What do you do next?
We jumped in the expedition. We was on our way to the gas station. We FaceTime Juke, let them know that was our work.
Who FaceTime Jook?
Justin had FaceTime Juke, spelling out Dolph. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that we did it.
And let's back that up. You say, let him know it was y'all's work.
Right.
And you said somebody spelled out Dolph. Who spelled out Dolph?
Justin spelled out Dolph.
When you say
Juke.
spelled out Dolph, what do you mean?
Like the sign language.
With
Jailhouse sign language. Yeah.
like this would be an O?
But nah, yeah, I think I don't know how to do it, but you know,
Okay.
something like that.
All right, so there was some signing that y'all just took care of Dolph. Was that short call, long call?
It was short.
Did you hear Jook say anything back?
Yeah, he'll get with us when he get done with the kids or get up one of them.
He'll get with y'all when? I didn't hear that last part.
Get up with, finish with the kids or something like that.
But he was busy with his kids.
Yeah, something like
Gotcha.
that. See him right, I mean another part. We
Right, you can't even see him. You
But he
could,
asked me, did I get that kite?
okay.
He sent me more than one. He sent another one and said he got 7K. I could take that. I'll leave. After we
Where's
got
that?
out. I don't know where it's at.
You lost it?
Nah. I sent it on out to my
Oh,
folks.
okay,
Sent
all
it
right.
on out to my folks, my sister.
Okay. So, you started telling the truth then. So, surely by August, you met with the state in August 10th of 22. Surely by then, you're telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
And you would agree with me, the truth doesn't change. It's the truth, right?
Yeah, it's the truth. You know, Quit brought me in and set me up for the police to capture me. So, might as well tell the truth. If we gonna tell the truth.
Okay. So, today, for the first time ever, you testified that you wiped that Mercedes down.
Yeah.
You've never said that before.
No, I ain't never.
You've never told them. You never told them that you wiped that Mercedes down?
I never told detectives when I talked to them. Nah.
Why would you not tell them? They've asked you every question under the sun about this case, right?
I said detectives. I never admitted that I was involved to detectives when I first got locked up December the 9th.
You know they take notes and they recorded your entire interview
Right.
from August.
Right.
Why didn't you tell them in August you wiped the car down?
We were talking about so much, you know, it slipped my mind from me.
And they specifically asked you, and you said
They ain't asked me did I wipe the car down. They ain't specifically asked me.
You
did I
don't-
wipe the car down.
you don't recall them asking you, and you saying Justin said he had someone wipe the car down.
Yeah, he told me he had somebody to wipe the car down too.
But you didn't think to ask him,
I
right?
told him that I wiped it down. He said he used the right stuff because I got somebody else to wipe it down. You know what I'm saying?
So now you're saying you told Justin that you went and wiped it down.
Yeah, I told him too.
Why didn't you tell that to law enforcement who's seeking the truth from you, right?
You know, stuff slip a person mind too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Kind of an important detail.
like, they ain't asked me did I work the cut him, so
You don't think so?
I don't recall.
Okay. Well, your fingerprints are on that car,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So when did you go do that?
Like, a couple days after the shooting.
Did you tell Quet? Did you go by Quet's house?
Yeah, I had called quick and told him that I was finna walk in their backyard so he'll know who walking over there. I ain't called him.
So you called him, you let him know, you walked through his backyard.
Not through his backyard, that I was finna walk in the backyard where the car was in.
Okay. Why would you need to tell Quet you were going to be at the car across the street?
Because he got cameras. So I ain't want him to think nobody trying to get him enough to get shooting at me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, let him know what's up.
And just to be clear, does he have cameras on the abandoned house, or you're just saying shooting out from facing out from his house?
He have.
Okay.
He have.
But testimony today is you called Quet and told him you were going to go over there and wipe that car down.
Yeah.
Okay. And you didn't tell law enforcement that either.
Nah.
Does that surprise you that you wouldn't have told them, hey, I even called Quet and told him I was going to go over and do it?
Nah, because, you know, like I say, stuff slip a person mind at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, when law enforcement talking to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't just finna remember everything bit for bit right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, 3 or 4 times, as you said it, right? To meet with them, to go over it, to think about it. You were able to talk with counsel before you went into this. You were able to look at paperwork before you went in, right?
Before I went in with.
And met with them.
Yeah, what you mean though? What you saying? Like, what you saying?
It just slipped your mind.
Nah, what you saying? Like,
No,
what slipped my mind? What you saying?
To tell them all the details.
Yeah, I couldn't just remember detail like that.
Because it's hard to keep up with details when you're lying. You would agree with that, right?
Nah.
No?
Nah, when you telling the truth, like, and you
Okay.
nervous, like, it's hard to keep up with
Alright.
details.
So, you're saying that one just slipped your mind? Okay. You didn't bring it up. They didn't ask you. You just slipped your mind. Okay.
I answered the questions they asked me correctly, you know, like, if they ain't asked me, if I don't recall them asking me, I ain't answered.
So, law enforcement specifically asked you about this $800 that you got after the shooting, right?
Right.
And today, I just want to make clear, you're saying that $500 was hand-delivered by Justin with a letter to your neighbor.
Right.
And her name, just to be clear, is Vivian Fifi, right?
Correct.
Lives next door to your dad.
Correct.
And you know that happened, correct?
Correct.
You say you were on the phone with Justin and Miss Fifi when that was happening.
Correct.
And to confirm that Miss Fifi actually got the money.
Correct.
Okay? Now, but you would agree with me that's not the story you first told law enforcement, right?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I can't say it's correct in that, because I don't know what I told them, like, when I first talked to them.
But is that the truth?
I can't recall the interview that I had with them back then, so I can't say it's correct or it's not.
Okay. Well, did you tell them that you told them the truth, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
told them the truth.
All right.
I told them.
So, in that same interview, if that's the truth with Miss Fifi, in that same interview earlier, why would you tell them that some masked man came in a Chrysler 300 on 2 occasions
No, I
and
did
said,
not say that.
you didn't say that.
I didn't say that earlier. I did not say that. Said a madman on 2 occasions came.
You didn't say that.
Justin dropped it off to Miss Fifi the first time, and he had somebody with a mask on the second time with $300. That's what I said.
So, if that interview recording's got your voice saying that you and Angela backed up in the driveway to next door, and on 2 separate occasions, the first time somebody brought $500, and your girlfriend Angela got out and got it, and you stayed in the car, and then on another occasion, which is what you said today, somebody bought $300, and Angela got out and got it. You're saying that's just not like you didn't say that. Somebody else jumped in your interview that was recorded and said those things.
Yeah, I don't remember saying all that. I can't recall the interview. Like, I got to hear it for me to say, yeah, you know, I see it, yeah, I got to hear the interview.
Okay. But if you were telling the truth, you wouldn't have any trouble, right? Going, did I say that or not? Because you know you didn't say it because you told the truth.
I'm telling the truth. I'm telling
This time or that time?
I been telling the truth all the time, all along.
Okay.
Since that good, might as well tell the truth.
Stand right here, face your honor, raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So, Mr. Johnson, you understand that we're at the part of the trial now where you have a right to testify or not testify on your own behalf.
Yes, sir.
And you and I have discussed this at length, have we not?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that you have the right to testify on your own behalf.
All right. Yes, sir.
And no one can take that away from you. You understand that? You also have a right to not testify. And if you don't want to testify, the judge is going to instruct the jury they can't hold that against you. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Have you thought about it extensively?
Yes, sir.
And we've had several discussions, have we not?
Yes, sir.
And after considering all of that, what do you wish to do?
Not testify.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Johnson, how old are you?
26 years old.
How long has Mr. Evans been your attorney?
About 2 years.
About 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's gone over with you all those things he just talked about.
Yes, ma'am.
About you testifying,
Yes, ma'am.
the pros, in the back, in the cons, the good and the bad. Y'all talked about all of those
Yes,
things.
ma'am.
And you understand those things. What's your highest educational level you go?
High school.
You graduated from high
Yes,
school?
ma'am.
You have any questions for him?
Ma'am, what do?
For your attorney? About this process? About you testifying?
All right.
You may step down. Any other proof?
No, you're right.
All right. Anything else we need to add to the charge? Come to
Who's
that.
wondering,
How about if I print it for you so y'all can see it what it says?
there we go. There we go. It's better than me talking for sure.